Ну что ж, девочки и мальчики, всем привет, всем добрый вечерочек, даже ночью уже почти. Задержался, работа сейчас срочная была, поэтому немножко мы сегодня для Premonition погоняем, прям буквально. Чуть клюнуть, да спать надо еще завтра вставать пораньше, доделывать. А то, как всегда, как бы ответственное время, а заказчик уходит в отпуск. Это очень здорово всегда. Тык, привет, Хидни. Хидни. Короче, погнали. Привет, Нетрос. Так, на чем мы закончили? Бабки аллигатора дали, в боулинг покатали. Ладно, сейчас разберемся. Даже босса какого-то убили, а? 1233. Денежки. Сказал, сделал. А то! Привет, Лижин. Андрей, привет. Так, это выглядит как полицейский департамент. Так, что мне надо сделать? В номер Йорка и проанализируйте дело. Вот, заодно можно пожрать будет, а то, видите, там голод. Зеркалом борзи Фреда и создать первый амулет. Можно попробовать. Ну, бусины, они по ходу будут вываливаться. Ой. Вот, где-то сказали, можно в меню выйти. И из меню выйти из игры, только здесь нет выхода в меню. Ха-ха. Блин. Классно сделано. На X? Что на X? Ну, сейчас я на Select нажимал. Карта выскакивает на старт. На паде, ну сейчас. Нет, X это скейтборд. Как бы. Через треугольник и шифты. Это со свеча порт. Тут нет треугольника. Треугольник это Y. Shift. О! Шифты работают, слушайте. О, вон оно, действительно есть. Ядрить никогда бы не это. Не по одному, это мы уже все видели в меню. Управление не меняется, как хотелось бы. Вслед за мной начал. У тебя вон оно что. Геймпад с PlayStation. Во-во, пожрать надо зайти. Сейчас можно выходить из игры, сейчас за спидранем. Как лах без обвесов. Ничего мне должны там когда-нибудь. Я, кстати, амулет нашел уже, только использовать не могу. Ну ладно. Да доедем, доедем. Так, а где повар, да, надо пожрать? Как это неудивительно. У тебя хоть денежек немного есть.
That's what I'm talking about. You can't get fine eating like this at any of those, so make sure you in.
Давай мне, значит, углеводный удар, банановый фостер. Очень хорошо утоляет. А стоит дешевле, я не понимаю в чем. Может, они еще там здоровье как-то... Ни хрена он не так хорошо, да, голод. Хорошо утоляет, но не очень хорошо. Да. Можно вот за пятнарик взять. Креветочки жареные. И пью кофе. Да, жалко, прикола из первой части с кофейной кружкой нету. Обидненько.
Thanks, mister. Next time you get a hankering for old-time Creole food.
Скажем, выбор у него не самый большой. Так, мне надо в свой номер зайти. А вот где очки здоровья пополнять, что-то непонятно, наверное, на кровати. Возможно. Время думать.
Let's go over our progress. We've got a complicated case on our hands this time, especially as far as the Clarksons' relationships go. But in a way, it's also a simple one. Understanding them on a deeper level is the most efficient way to uncover the truth behind all this. That's the one thing I'm sure of.
Что-то внезапно не было и улик
Zach,
завезли.
let's start with the people who were closest to the victim.
Ну, дочка была приближена, и муж, видимо, да?
Lise Clarkson, the victim, is the granddaughter of the current head of the Clarkson family. Her mother is Galena, an ex-actress, and Lise clearly inherited her beauty.
Ну, что-то Лис непонятно, выглядел как наркошка какая-то конченая, а тут все прям восхищаются. Какая красавица! Галин тоже не самая
Except
красивая.
for her eyes, that is. Lisa's eye color matches that of her father's. Now, do you remember who Lise Clarkson's father is?
Мелвин Вудс.
Wrong. That's the town sheriff. He's also the father of Patricia Woods, our skilled assistant. Ready to give me a serious...
Наблюдение.
That's right.
Lisa's
father is Danny Clarkson.
Пасан сказал, пасан сделал. Ну,
Кнетрос занес денег и сказал, Пассын сказал, Пассын сделал.
пасан. Вдруг за косяки меньше дадут? Да?
His real name is Daniel E. Clarkson. He's from Florida and used to be the CEO of a talent agency. Danny struck the heart of Galena and successfully became a member of the esteemed Clarkson family.
Ну, а как у него фамилия может быть Кларксон изначально, если он, ну, не Кларксон? За профилирование бабосик дают. Да, я думаю, все нормально будет. Предфронт.
Despite being the son-in-law, he acts like he was born a Clarkson, but he's still just the son-in-law. Next comes what happened to Lise. According to Alexis, Lise said that the man was as tall as an oak tree.
Алексус.
I believe that's the same 10-foot tall giant who made the fingerprints we found in the cold storage warehouse. Now, what did this man do to Lise prior to her murder?
Чего? В джаз-бар преследовал ее или в джаз-бар пригласил? А ее какой-то великан преследовал?
Yes, that's it, Zach. The man as tall as an oak tree followed Lise around and watched her.
Кто-то плохо читает? Кого, в смысле?
Despite his towering stature, he must have been rather shy.
Да я не помню, что говорили в боулинге. Что-то говорил бабка, я в боулинге думал. Женщина Джива... Вы что, помните имя какое-то там Джива... Ядрить, пацаны. Я вот всегда завидовал людям с такой памятью.
Or perhaps he was merely biding his time and planned to kidnap her from the very start. If that's the case, there should have been some evidence left at the scene of the crime. Zach, we're still missing some puzzle pieces. Speaking of the scene of the crime, I did some profiling in the plantation's control room. The truth it revealed to us was nauseating and horrific, but we need to touch upon it if we wish to proceed. Isn't that right, Zach? Who actually murdered Lise Clarkson?
Мамка. Галина.
Yes, that's right.
Не нужны вещи, почему-то запоминаю, нужно постоянно из головы
Lisa's
вылетать.
own
Хорош.
mother killed her while she was dreaming about some bizarre new world. This is by far the vilest and ugliest crime we've ever seen. The fact that Galina set up her daughter's body at an altar makes this case even more complicated.
Ну как она ее анестезировала, да, эту Лиз? Непонятно.
Remember, not a single sacrificial human murder has ever been proven and documented in all of American history. The real world is far more complex than what we see in films and video games.
Ну, он же Морган говорил, что типа красный порошок не должен так действовать. Слишком сильно. Я подозреваю, что-то еще было.
And sacrificing a human life for something else is no easy task. In conclusion, Zach, through our investigation, we found one character who sticks out more than anyone else. You know exactly who I'm thinking about, don't you? We'll need to have a word with her in the near future.
Что?
Who's the stylish woman we
стильная
saw
же,
during
всё.
the profiling?
Сейчас, секунду, кто-то написывает. Ой. Баба написывает, можно не отвечать. О. Блядь, привычка в ночи всегда писать. Так, ну к женщине к той надо, как я понял, в джаз-бар идти. Она там женщина с сюрпризом. Профессор...
Professor R.
Профессор...
We haven't met her yet, but she's deeply intertwined with this case. Let's wait for the skeletal gentleman to guide us to her with an oracle. Well, Zach, what do you think? Isn't the Deep South something? The people here are just as warm as the weather, and the food is to die for. Might be nice to move down here after I retire. What, still too early to talk about that? You may be right. After all, this case has only just begun.
Вот это деньги! $8 дали. Как за белку. Охренеть. Будь теперь думать, что ты пускай думает.
Galena can't be the killer. They're making all this shit up.
Дед, да? Что, колпак красный. Я думал, колпак ему красный на голову наденет. Это мясо. Ля, крокодила. Костяной джентльмен, ну
If
да.
what you say is true, Daniel, how do you plan to prove it? It's nearly been a century since the Clarksons first took control of Lucari. 100 years. I always thought my legacy would live on for 300 at least.
Да еще за
I'm
дело
gonna
детей
find
тоже
the
мне.
real killer and beat the living dog shit out of him.
Yet it looks to me like times have changed. We ain't in the good old days no more. You understand me, boy.
Боа.
Yes, sir. I'm right there with you, Paul. I'm gonna continue what you started, sir, and make the Clarkson family strong again. First, I need to find whoever really killed Lise and bash their fucking brains in.
I saw this coming. Ever since the day Lenny left home, the town of Lucare has been cursed. We can't stop what's happening now. It's too late. It's beyond me. No. It's beyond the minds of anyone who comes from the olden days. You understand me now, boy?
Yes, sir. Believe me, I do. I'll kill him. Just leave everything to me, Paul.
Are you serious about this?
Блин,
Yes,
где
sir.
раздушить?
Right hand of God. Look right in my eyes. I ain't lying. I'm serious. I just need you to lend me some
Пока баб не
troops, sir.
знает про стримы, все нормально, да, да.
Retribution. Right now. That's the job I've been given, and I intend to do it.
Well then, let me ask you one more time. Are you serious about this?
Yeah. Hell yeah. I'm a Clarkson, and all Clarksons have a job to do. Isn't that what we always say?
Mm-hmm. Then I'll need an arm.
Yeah. What?
Well now, you want to use my troops. I'm gonna need to know whether
Сигарет,
or
что ли,
not
сейчас
you're
тушить? А, или
really
крокодил
serious
скормит.
about this. Just one arm. Slide it on through that wire there, and it'll take care of it for you.
Paul, I mean, you're joking, right?
Daniel, have I ever told you a single joke?
No, but
If you want to become a real Clarkson, then you done got yourself a job to do.
wait, Paul, I get it now. You want me to stick
Pretty
it in and
bunny.
pull it out at the last minute, right? You want to see if I got guts or not, but there's gonna be another way. You can't be serious, sir. Hey, knock it off, you assholes! Let me go! He's just joking with me. Let me go, goddammit!
Ну как-то он не по своей воле это
Please, sir,
делает,
don't
да?
do this! Just tell me this is a joke, please!
Не сын ты мне.
I am a Clarkson. And no matter how our fortune falls, all Clarksons have a job to do. That be the law of this land.
Ужасающе обидно. Тупо чуваку руку оттяпали, непонятно, будет он там в разборках участвовать, не будет. Бля, хороший прикид для джаза. Опа, эпизод 1 пройден. Ничего себе. Блин, 6 часов наиграли. Блин, тут еще эти дают. Блинчики.
York,
Что это я парю над землей?
right? I'll be with you soon. I'm not sad.
Зак идет.
Honestly, I can't wait. It's all I think about.
Штрафозабилок.
I mean, we'll be together again. We'll get to discuss movies, food again. Everyone around
Что, реально
here
штрафозабилок
has
были?
bad taste. They don't understand things the way we do. It's a shitty world filled with shitty people. Oh, that reminds me.
Сраные
There
белки.
are movie theaters and restaurants over there, right? As soon as I get there, let's go grab some peanut butter hamburgers and yogurt smoothies. I'm so excited, York.
Держись, дед.
Please, York, don't rush me. You just need to wait a bit longer. I still have one job left to do. I need to finish it. I have to. Or else I'd never be able to face you. Just give me a little more time, okay?
Сообщение, что убил редкое животное. О, мы вернулись сюда.
So, Lisa's mother, Galena Clarkson, confessed to murdering Lise. But then immediately afterwards, she went insane. So you had no choice but to detain her. What a terribly convenient story. You were the first person to find the suspect hiding at a farm on the edge of town. And you even got her to confess to the crime, right then and there. Did anyone else get a chance to hear Galena's confession?
Only us.
How did you even find that shack in the first place?
А он рассказал, что он в другое пространство перемещался, все дела. Даров Милану. Давненько не видел.
Metaphysical offender profiling.
Meta what? Should I know this word?
Metaphysical offender profiling. The term appears 6 times in the Lucare report and 14 times in the 2010 Greenvale report. As long as you're solving cases, the people in charge don't really care what sort of words you use. But we're different. You utilized a highly abnormal method to instantly hone in on a suspect. Then you did it again and again. And every time you used it, one term kept appearing in your files. Metaphysical offender profiling. Mr. Morgan, would you mind explaining to us what this term means?
We could try. But no matter what words we used,
Миланул, как дела, как переводы твои? Ешь ли ты детское питание? Ощутив всю гениальность Кодзимы, даже не будучи никак не связанным с этой игрой, он создал этот шедевр. Бабло не доходит до меня из-за санкций нолик в месяц. Ой, так рассказываешь, как будто у тебя там бабло приходило. Из-за этого я узнал, что эта песня поет 2 мужика. Мне не показывают.
you'd never be able to understand. You see, it doesn't pertain to this side. Come, my fairy.
А, так вот он с какой феей говорит. То есть нам ее и показали, да? Она летает типа над ним.
Stop hiding back there and give them the explanation they so desire. What? You're too shy?
Mr. Morgan? Mr. Morgan!
Come on out.
Is that all you have to say? Don't underestimate me, Morgan. I know you and the Clarksons share a deeper connection. Much deeper than how it appears on the surface. I need to shake him with something else that's directly connected to the Clarksons. I'm gonna jog his memory by force.
Ох. Старые грязные письма.
Those letters look very old.
Весело шизой жить. Ну, что-то никто особо не радуется, так скажу.
The postmark suggests they were sent out from Louisiana. And I suspect that dragonfly mark belongs to the Clarkson family.
Maybe. So what if it does?
A stalker has been harassing Patricia Clarkson for several years now. Did you know about this?
Патрисия Кларксон, кто такая?
Constant silent phone calls, unmarked letters. She also spotted a suspicious figure lurking near her mansion several times. And just last week, her employees spotted a strange figure lurking in the vicinity. The day someone else coincidentally used your alias and traveled to Louisiana.
That's very intriguing. Aligned symbolism.
Lise Clarkson also reported being harassed by a stalker just before she was murdered. You're aware of this, correct? Because I didn't find any mention of this in your report.
No direct connection to the case. That's what we must have thought.
The visionary lies to himself, the liar only to others. Which are you?
That's enough for now. This all has nothing to do with the case. Besides, there's no evidence that proves those letters are from her. Isn't that right, my fairy?
Mr. Morgan.
Где-то недели или недели две, как СК-2 ТВ помер. И теперь даже ничего не... Даже сообщение Адольфа не оплачено. 40 дней еще не прошло, да?
According to you, at the beginning of this case, the victim's body was being stored in the warehouse on purpose. Is that the truth? They really put her body there alongside food and other perishables?
It's in the report.
No. The report only says it was stored using the most effective and shockingly inhuman method possible.
If you can think of a better phrase, we're all ears.
The report isn't wrong, you know. In fact, that might actually be the most accurate way of describing it. It's precise, and it's also kinda poetic, you know?
Парень, конечно, хорош.
Wow, Simon. We never would have taken you for a poet.
Привет, Линк. Поминки? Надо точную дату, когда, понимаете? Да сделаем, может, завтра. Пятница уже.
Right?
You two think this is a joke? Lise Clarkson's body was discovered in that cold storage warehouse after 14 long years. If you'd only done a proper investigation, we probably would have found her much sooner. Poor girl.
Да чё бедная, ее уж 14 лет назад убили, ё-моё. С 31 декабря под песню «Стекловато». Ой. Нет, тут надо песню тогда «Вот и помер дед Максим».
We still regret the fact that we never got to meet her. We're sorry from the bottoms of our hearts.
I only hope it didn't happen that way by design.
Will you comfort me? Thank you, my fairy.
Даров
I knew it
Антон
wouldn't go
Мэнсон.
that easily. Maybe I should try asking my questions in a different... I could use Agent Jones here.
Давайте узнаем, что за куча DVD-дисков.
A stinking indulgence. And a massive DVD collection.
Смердящий порог.
You must live a very comfortable life.
А что за обвинение? Вы живете, наверное, комфортной жизнью. И что?
We're retired, remember?
Это плохо, что ли? Опять, ну первая глава кончилась, и они опять его допрашивают.
Retired in your 40s. I'm envious.
Потому что я успешный агент, а ты вот сидишь тут кочевряжешься, а могла бы дела распутывать нормальные.
But who doesn't love movies, Belle?
I'm not a fan.
Oh, that won't do. You should dedicate all the free time you have to watching movies. It's practically an unwritten law. Films guide us. Films are filled with every important life lesson there is.
Ну, тут не так просто, мастер в мастере. Йорк был в начале, доминировал, а потом, когда сложное дело начинается, приходит Зак. Вот, а Зак, он всегда так плохо выглядит. Он и тогда плохо выглядел. Ну и в первой части Зак появился под конец, и все. Я не знаю, сейчас в этой части он появится, не появится. А, Зак просто с белыми волосами, да? То есть старпер — это не обязательно старпером быть. Ну, что ж, нервы, алкоголь, наркота. Вот батарейка, возможно, батарейки в жопе, как бы. Все. В первой части Йорк помер. Ну, может быть, кстати, а здесь он говорит только с этой феей, да? Ну, хотя, мне кажется, он с Йорком говорит. Типа мы, там и так далее.
Is that so?
For example, they live.
Такой шляпный фильм завели. О, как он только культовым стал. Такая О.
1988, directed by John Carpenter. That film taught us a valuable lesson. Always put on your sunglasses before a fight.
Все 13-14... Ну да, после этого понятно. После первой части. Офигенно. О.
You know, you've got a point. Movies teach us about everything we need to know. I learned about the right way to eat frozen pizza from Cobra. It's one of Stallone's best films. Before that, I wouldn't be caught dead trying to eat frozen pizza. I thought it wasn't fit for human consumption. But that film changed my life.
Simon, that has nothing to do with the film. You're just talking about pizza.
This is a nice building. Layout isn't bad either.
Aware that you studied the layout of this apartment before you came to see us. There's no need to act so roundabout. Just be honest. Say it. I want to see your bedroom.
Well then,
Doesn't mean we'll let you see it, though.
Да, девку прям прищучивает нормально. Стрим отвалился. Годите. Да вроде все хорошо, пацаны. Все? Пропало? У меня вроде все хорошо. Ожил дед Максим. Да это что-то погода, видимо, так. В детстве Зак видел, как его мать умерла от посаженного в нее красного дерева, после чего Зак стал Йорком, воображаемой личностью. Интернет-ролик плохо сохранился. Ну хватит вам.
Agent Jones.
Бля, шо орёт так?
Are you paying attention? Or do you intend to waste Mr. Morgan's precious time?
No. Sorry. I'm just a little tired. I'm listening.
Take your hand out of your pocket. Didn't they teach you any manners at Quantico?
Oh, right. Guess they slipped my mind. My bad. I'm actually kinda nervous. I'm not used to this sort of thing. Data analysis is my specialty, you know. I'm sure I'd be able to calm down a bit if I had some pizza, though.
Ну, после пиццы всегда хорошо. Передергивает, да, возможно. Возможно. Непонятно, на свою напарницу или на Зака.
The FBI needs to do something about their lack of personnel. I'll have to ask the questions myself. But how should I start? Maybe I should look back over the files and calmly reassess the situation.
Погнали.
After you arrested Galena Clarkson, you had a run-in with the Clarksons. At least that's what it says in the report. What exactly happened there?
Just a simple run-in, that's all. Nothing but a single phenomenon. Chasing hollow instances like that won't lead you closer to the truth. Truth doesn't work like that.
A hollow phenomenon, which resulted in a mountain of corpses.
Oh, Belle. We think we finally understand what you're trying to say. But don't be so voracious. How about another cup of coffee? We've still got a long way to go, you know.
Ля, дед. Чё с черепом? Ну, болеет дедушка, чё? Повидал, повидал.
Yes. It's coarsely ground, so there should only be 4 teaspoons per cup.
4. Всего 4. Вот это он кофе там хреначит.
No more, no less. Next, the coffee travels from the funnel to the siphon. Simon, normally you only do surveillance in order to gather data, correct? Hiding microphones and cameras, sifting through garbage, wiretapping. You'll do whatever it takes to gather data in order to prevent crimes. That's how the FBI works.
Well, yeah, you're right. No reason in hiding it now, I guess. Why do you ask?
Our Southern Belle has adopted a very peculiar MO.
ОД. Опять это ОД. Что за ОД? Образ действия,
It's
да?
almost like she has a special power, just like us.
Модус операнди.
You've been watching us this entire time, haven't you, Belle? From that window.
I don't need to answer that question.
О,
You came here on New Year's Eve, then spent 49 hours watching us until you returned to your hotel room last night. You observed us the entire time without sleep or rest, and you only ate once, some pizza delivered by Simon. Aside from that, you never drank any water or relieved yourself. You simply sat there and
блин, даже не
continued to
поссать
watch
за
us.
49 часов, серьезно.
You have visions, too, don't you? You came here solely to hear us talk, didn't you? But then, why bother watching us for over 2 days beforehand? You didn't come to talk with us. You came because you wanted to see this apartment with your own eyes. And because you're already convinced of something. Isn't that right? He who fights with monsters should see to it that he himself does not become a monster. And if you gaze long into an abyss, the abyss also gazes into you.
But
Oh, coffee.
раскусил девку опять. Ну, какие-то силы там
Thank you,
есть.
my fairy. If you hadn't been paying attention, this coffee would have all gone to waste. The pus in our brains. It really has a way of interfering with our lives.
Oh. What the Christ? This is friggin' delicious. I thought I was gonna shit myself for a second there.
Так вкусно, что сейчас обосрусь. О!
Come on, Aaliyah, take a sip. Trust me. I'm not exaggerating here.
I don't believe it. It's better than any coffee I've ever tasted.
С пыльцой фей, потому что...
Of course it is. Coffee is a sacred drink. Coffee saved us. If not for its oracle, we would be on the other side
Все-таки
right
будет
now.
пророчество кофейное,
So
ё-моё.
I never forget to pay my respects to coffee. Especially at critical moments like this.
Big black cumulonimbus clouds are in the sky, and that sound. Thunder snow is coming. Do you hear that thunder? It's probably gonna snow soon.
Да что-то зелень такая на улице, какой снег пойдет.
We're in Massachusetts. That's the norm for this time of year.
Well, I'm not used to the cold. If possible, I'd like to finish this up before we get stuck in a snowstorm. Agent Jones, after we're done here, I'd...
Да на такси поедь тоже
Agent
меня.
Jones, is something the matter?
Да что, срать он захотел.
Snap out of it.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I know.
Do you? Then stop daydreaming.
Okay. I just,
You just what?
my stomach's been letting some thunder loose too.
О,
Thunder?
That coffee was just so good,
от кофе мне иногда тоже хочется наложить нормально так поскорее, но так и есть.
It what? We don't have all day here.
The coffee was just so good, summoned forth a massive tsunami from within me.
Excuse me?
Да скажи, срать хочу, блин. Днище оторвет. Цунами.
What is wrong with you?
Да, девка-то не блещет, да, особый дар, талант, там, не может понять, что человек сейчас усрется.
Now is really not the time for this.
Right door at the end of the hallway.
Все.
Thanks, pal.
Пау! Конечно, любой приятель, кто срать пустил.
Come on, you can make it. We can do this. It's not.
We promise you, we did not put laxatives in the coffee. Coffee is a sacred drink, remember?
Motherfucker. There's no doubt that the report omitted information linking Morgan to the Clarksons. I need to get him to confess. Oh, yeah. That reminds me.
Привет, Римар.
There's a secret weapon in Agent Jones's briefcase.
Что ж там за секретное такое оружие? Что там? Порог, Зак. Порог. Сейчас узнаем про
Mr.
курение.
Morgan, I heard that you were always a smoker. Did you ever wonder if that was the reason you contracted your illness?
What does that have to do with this case?
Nothing. I'm just personally curious about it.
Sometimes people die in car accidents regardless of how well they take care of their health.
Пока меланул.
Other times they slip on their bathroom floors and crack open their heads. Isn't that right, my fairy?
I'm not concerned with statistics. I'm just curious about you, right here, right now.
We switched over from nicotine to this. It's less addictive. That's one step in the right direction, isn't it?
Perhaps. If we're talking about withdrawal symptoms or physical dependencies. But it still seems like you're smoking too much at once. Honestly, it looks to me like you have a mental dependency.
Maybe. But so what if we do?
Surely you know about gateway drugs, yes? When a person starts to use one drug, it becomes much easier for them to branch out and try other drugs as well. The first drug acts as the gateway that leads them to stronger substances.
Oh. Are you trying to say that's going to happen to us?
No. I'm simply saying there's a possibility.
Давайте портфель пошманаем.
Have you ever seen this before?
О, красный этот наркота.
And please, don't say no.
Saint Rouge.
Sang Rouge. The drug we once chased. What about it?
Sang Rouge is still circulating. It's changed shape and its composition is slightly different now. But it's still very much alive. But only in a very limited part of Louisiana. You aren't surprised? Did you somehow know this would happen?
Copies of another drug being circulated isn't exactly a rare case.
Да нет там особо сильного синдрома отмены от сигарет. Человек же спит и не подрывается среди ночи, чтобы курнуть. Хотя днем пыхтит каждый час там. Ну да, психологически там больше ритуал такой курения формируется.
But Sang Rouge is special. The Inimitable, Enigma powder. The origin. It has many names, and no one was ever able to copy it. We've also been trying to figure out what it's made from ever since it appeared. But it's impossible to analyze. After all, it appears to be made from common ingredients that can be found anywhere. But if you try to use those ingredients, all you'll end up with is a mundane hallucinogen like DMT. No. Sang Rouge requires a special recipe. The original recipe, which someone's been guarding this entire time. Someone who survived the incident in Le Carré.
Ну вот это наезды. И опять письма, ну ладно.
Immediately after they found Lisa's body, I went to go see Patricia.
Лицевая анимация лучше? Да не, хватит там.
In order to interrogate her, of
Вы
course.
учтите, что эту игру сделали на портативную консоль.
So you told us.
But I was unable to meet with her.
She refused to speak with you, didn't she? That's so like her.
No, she didn't get the chance to. You see, she's gone missing.
What?
To put it more accurately, no one's seen her since the afternoon of the 28th. According to her employees, she shut herself up in her room for several months before she disappeared. But since that sort of thing happened often, they didn't think anything of it.
На свече она была в 5 FPS. Ну вот.
On the morning of New Year's Eve, they noticed her window was open, and when they went up to check on her, she was gone.
А сделали бы опять на PlayStation как надо, и проблем бы не было.
But no one knows how long her window had been open for. This is just my hypothesis, but on December 28th, a strange man visited Le Carré and was spotted near her mansion. That man must have found some way to lure Patricia into his car, the '89 Cadillac that he bought used. Then, the two of them drove north to Trenton, where they boarded a train to Boston. They would have arrived here around midnight on the 29th. I believe this man is the same Billy Bishop whose name was previously recorded by the airline. So, what do you think of my guess? I'd love to hear your opinion as a former FBI special agent.
Now we get it. We aren't persons of interest. We're the suspects. But what about our alibi?
What alibi?
I've had enough of your bullshit. You expect me to believe you haven't taken a single step out of this room? That Agent Jones is your witness? Surveillance cameras can easily be tampered with, especially by someone like you, who knows all about how the FBI works.
И что она
You're
выключила?
possessed by death. Go and take a look at your own face in the mirror. You look like the Grim Reaper. After you visited both Le Carré and Greenvale, you left a mountain of corpses in your wake. You can make all the excuses you want. I'm immune to them. Right here, right now, I want to know everything. You tell me the truth.
Yes! You're good, Bill. Damn good. You're brimming with potential.
Опа.
Don't you think
Чё-то
she's the
отвалился.
perfect partner for our last dance? What do you say, my fairy? Don't you agree? She's good. So good. What do you want to know? We've got nothing to hide. Go on. Question us. This is how it's got to be. Doesn't this remind you of something? You know what I mean, my fairy?
Да, странный парень. Так, дайте я чат запущу. И снова мы в прошлом. Опа, мамку тоже убили.
Son of a... How did this happen in my town? God damn it!
Тырк.
The head and limbs were severed and lined up, according to the lines that were drawn with her blood. Just like migratory birds flying systematically across the sky. Hey, Zach, what do you think this means?
They're severed roots.
Severed roots?
This is the way the Clarksons kill someone when they want to cut him off from the family.
And how do you know about this?
На, вырвали этому
Everyone
стерке
in
ноги.
town knows about it. They're just too scared to talk.
What does the V stand for, then?
Beats me. What, you think I know everything now?
Vilitatio. It means quarrel in Latin. That's what the V stands for.
Latin. Intriguing, isn't it, Zach? There are no defense wounds on the corpse. In other words, Galena showed no signs of resistance when she was amputated. But, strangely enough, there are small traces of subcutaneous bleeding around the wounded areas. That's a vital reaction, which means she couldn't have been dead.
You mean...
Yes, that's right, Patty. Galena was amputated while she was still alive, and she never resisted.
Is that even possible?
Тоже накачали ее, да, как
Certainly
дочку
isn't
типа.
impossible. For example, if she was put to sleep with a drug, or if she desired the amputation herself.
Why would she ever desire that?
Mr. York, I'm sorry, but there ain't no way that could have happened.
How can you be sure of that, Melvin? Our world contains phenomena that could never be explained with logic. This is especially true for phenomena in which humans are involved. Do you really think all the facets of love and hate can be explained with logic?
Well, no, I don't reckon I do. Yeah, might be too early to rule out those possibilities, just like you say.
Zach, now we truly know just how deeply the Clarksons are involved with this. Patty, how long does it take to reach the Clarkson estate?
Just a short drive. You just gotta head west along the Mississippi. You can't miss it.
Got it. Thank you, Patty. By the way, Melvin, no matter how accelerated Patty may be, Don't you think she's still a bit too young to see something like this?
Ну да,
For the
зашла,
record,
даже не
I
удивилась.
have no intent to instruct others on how to raise their children, but
Holy moly, you're right! Patricia, CLG! Come on, sweetie. Kids shouldn't have to see stuff like this.
Daddy, it's too late now.
Да, папка хорош. Кларксоны явно в этом замешаны. Не, ну мы пойдем амулет делать. Патрисия, алло, идем.
You sure you okay, CLG?
I'm fine. Besides, I'm used to seeing stuff like that on CSI. You're the one who looks pale, Daddy.
Well, it did shake me up a little. But I'll be back to normal in no time. Sorry about that, Mr. York. What say we rest in the interrogation room till we all calm down, CLG?
Sure thing, Daddy. I'm gonna go sit with Daddy for a bit, Agent York. We can join back up later.
Galena killed her daughter, so her family cut ties with her. Do you really think that's what happened here, Zach? If this is truly the ritual that the Clarksons used to cut ties, why would they go out of their way to do it here, in a holding cell? They could have easily done it after we released her. And judging from how Danny Clarkson was acting, I think it's clear that he really loved Galena.
Ну, что-то Дэнни там, похоже, не в состоянии, да,
How
сопротивляться.
could he accept this grotesque butchering, even if it was for the sake of the family? There's no point in ruminating on this. We should get back to the invest. As long as we keep moving, the answer will inevitably fling itself straight at us.
Опа. О, Хуан появился. Пора бриться, да я и так хорош.
You found the Blind Serpent. But now, the Blind Serpent will come to find you.
Yeah, that sounds right. And it looks like this flying serpent is a venomous one.
Some become feasts, while others are eaten alive. Which fate would you prefer?
Both sound marvelous, but let me check with Zach.
Да, что-то скелет не особо помогает.
Find the one who fired the pistol at heaven.
Cute observation, observing the girl.
Brandish the ticket to the goddess. And once again, you will see the other world. Do you comprehend the oracle?
Zach, it looks like he's hell-bent on leading us back into that other world.
Follow the oracle.
Oh, I will, Hungan. There are only two types of things in our world. Things that should be resisted and things that should be accepted. And I believe this oracle is something to accept.
Пакетки Хунган. Хунган. Хунган.
Do you think we're crazy for believing everything that's skeletal? No, we're not crazy. Not one bit. But I shouldn't need to explain that to you, Zach. The one who fired the pistol at heaven. Firing pistols at the sky might be a rather common occurrence for the South. Remember? Young Guns, 1988, directed by Christopher Kane. There's that great scene where Emilio Estevez keeps firing his Colt
Может, ферма Томпсона
M1877 up
стреляет.
at the sky. Well, but that film took place in New Bingo, Zach. We're currently running a race here, and the one who started this murder investigation is indeed the one who fired the pistol at Heaven. In other words, the person who first discovered the body. According to the files, Lisa's body was discovered by Chuck Thompson, a crawfish farmer. He apparently works out of a fishing hut located in the marshes south of the bayou. Let's go pay him a visit. Who knows? We might even get to see some... What? Why isn't the murderer the one who started this race? Zach, this isn't like you. Of course the murderer isn't the one. The murderer's running it. They're currently in first place, and they're breaking all the rules. Any more objections, Zach? Within the White Hall of Beds. This one is even easier. There are only a few establishments that have a whole hall's worth, especially in a small town like this. I'm sure you've already got a pretty good idea. Beds all lined up. Only an amateur would hear that and think it must be referring to a brothel.
Блин, ну евангельская церковь навряд ли.
Who would ever use White Hall as a symbol for a bordello? No, a White House refers to the same place no matter what country you're in.
Ну а в кассе ананас разве есть?
You really think that's a white? Sorry, but there's a more obvious answer. A place that anyone would think of when...
Белый зал.
You never disappoint me, Zach. It's a medical facility.
Да там одна Ой, там одна кровать и все, господи.
They invite their patients into rooms full of beds where they're tended to by doctors and
А
nurses.
может и не одна?
It's definitely a white hall where people are invited into beds.
Слушайте, может просто там вход был закрыт, там пристройка какая-то у церкви есть.
You always manage to impress me with your intuition. I'm really counting on you here, Zach, and I know I'll always be able to.
$10. Да, богато.
Agent York, you trying to leave without your trustworthy assistant?
Да я тебя звал, а ты там что-то с трупом возилась.
Hello there, Patty. I'd never attempt such a thing.
Крафтить
I was
поедем,
simply
да.
engaging in a battle of wits with Hoongan while I waited for you.
Hoongun?
Yes, the skeletal gentleman in the top hat.
Not that story again. Is this how you always conduct your investigations?
This is the way I work.
I bet you can't find a single partner. Not even in the entire FBI.
That's not true. I always work together with Zach.
Oh, right. Zach. Don't worry. I'll be your partner while you're here in our town.
Какая милая девочка.
Now, let's go investigate.
Ну, полное здоровье почему-то стало. Хорошо. Опа.
How's your mama?
А, это без руки пришел,
So,
блин.
you're that hotshot FBI agent I keep hearing about.
And who might you be?
I came to claim the body of my daughter. My daughter, who was murdered in a holding cell after you detained her yesterday.
Пи-Джей Кларксон.
Zach, I wasn't expecting to run into the final boss this early. You must be the head of the Clarkson family, P.J. Clarkson. And you've come to claim the body of Galena Clarkson, whose dismembered corpse was found early this morning. Is that correct? Where did you learn that Galena had been murdered? Zach and I just learned of the news ourselves.
Да,
This is
подозрительно.
Lou Corey. And I am P.J. Clarkson. There ain't a single thing I don't know about this town.
I see. So then you must also know about the Severed Roots ritual. I have a question for you, Philip. We suspect that Galena was murdered by someone from the Clarkson family. Have you given that possibility any consideration?
Listen up, you FBI piece of shit. You better watch your manners around my pa.
Shut up, Daniel.
But, sir... My bad, sir.
I'll have you know I once had 3 children. But I must not have raised them very well. Because my son and my eldest daughter both ran away.
Дебать поехавший, потому что сбежали.
The only one who stayed by my side was my second daughter, Galena. Then she done married Daniel here into the family and presented me with both an heir and a granddaughter. Seemed for a while as if things were finally starting to calm down. But then, someone corrupted both Galena and Lise. And I lost.
Блин, ну похоже, та девушка с сюрпризом, да, их испортила.
Aside from my
Возможно,
shit-heeled
возможно.
son-in-law, that is. You understand me, FBI?
Galena's death is nothing but a loss for the Clarkson family.
That doesn't mean the Clarksons are automatically innocent, though. Humans don't always act out of self-interest, do they?
That mouth. You're starting to sound more and more like your mother.
Сейчас окажется, что он и батя ее.
We're leaving, Daniel.
What? But my treasure...
Now, whether you end up being an angel or a demon, I reckon you're the man I've been waiting for all this time.
Мижган, спасибо за фото.
Once you finish that autopsy, and we're clear to take her home.
Ага, решил посотрудничать, да?
They're phenomenal, Patty. So perfectly rural. Ominous statements, foul-mouthed insults. This town possesses a complicated system of communication that you just can't find in the city. Work-centric emails are so cold and lifeless. This is what true human connections feel like. Connections as visceral as blood itself.
So, Agent York, what's next on your
Амулет
agenda?
крафтим сегодня.
The last boss may have gotten the jump on us, Patty, but I didn't let him shake my resolve. I intend to obey the skeletal gentleman's oracles, and that's that. First, we should head to either the home of the person who discovered Lisa's body or to the town's medical facility. Well, Zach, what do you think?
Местную поликлинику. Ау. Так. Значит, нам Эрзули Фреда нужен. А тут и ехать недалеко.
Were you thinking about Galena, too? And all the other women we've seen so far on our travels across the states? Zach, I'm right, aren't I? This is a vast country. Incredibly vast. And it's mostly composed of mountains, deserts, and farmland, with small towns scattered about here and there. That's how America looks to me. Compared to the scale of this entire country, New York,
В принципе, я не понял, насколько они полезны, эти амулеты, но задание есть, надо сделать.
Thou art a seeker. Verily.
Так. О, у меня есть, смотрите, Показатели оружия. Дальность +2. Ага, чешуйка окуня. Такого нет. Шкура аллигатора. Скорость перезарядки, кстати, неплохо. Боезапас +2. Дорого, но неплохо. Точность. Блин, можно точность взять. Скорость стрельбы -2. Такое себе. Вот с минусом нафиг они не нужны. А они все крутые, что-то с минусами, да, идут. Дробовые патроны +1. Зажигательными патронами стрелять. Подождите. Позволяет стрелять зажигательными патронами, за раз доступен только один тип. Ничего не пойму, это как работает. Замораживающий. Это он... Привет, стойкером. Играть терпимо. Райтун на ютубе. Блин, это вполне себе интересно. Ну, конечно, болтовни много, но мне кажется, прикольно. Ну, первая часть вроде как получше-то была, но... Паралич +1. Один на тип патрон. Давайте зажигатели, может, возьмем, интересно. Ага, взяли. Понятно. Весь сахарного тростника, перо чайки. Блин, хвосты ящериц все попродавал и... Ой. Урон, точность. Не, ну тут минусы не нужны. Точность возьму.
Where's the thing I just bought?
All awaits thee at the altar. Altars exist, whether thy needs exist. The bedchamber of thy hostelry doth possess one therewith.
So where's my thing?
All altars lead to the other realm. Thusly, all periapts in thy possession may be confirmed at any...
The other realm?
Forsooth, any mirror may metamorphose into an entrance to the other realm. Prithee, say thou doth grasp.
You can see the same world as the skeletal gentleman?
I am the mirror. As my name doth suggest, I am the looking-glass given flesh.
Нет, алтарь нужен.
Zach, it appears that there's still a lot about this world that we don't understand. This is the deep south. There's no telling what might happen next.
Вот, разблокировали алтарь теперь мне. Первый амулет. Что, денег не дали, что ли? А у него алтаря может... А, вот он есть. Надеть ваши амулеты можно на алтаре. Сначала выберите слот, а затем амулет, который вы хотите надеть. Вы не можете надевать много амулетов сразу, но в Эрзулу Фреда алтарь можно расширить, увеличив таким образом количество доступных слотов. Кроме слотов для амулета, вы также можете увеличить число слотов настройки вашего оружия. Чем больше слотов для настройки вам доступно, тем проще будет в бою. Деньги и материалы, но оно того стоит. Да? Надеть. Концентрация +2. А это у нас улучшение оружия, да? А, видите, раз, два, три, четыре, раз, два... сколько можно всего там, да, заточить. Ядрить можно, короче, кучу этих улучшений характеристик. Такое Е. А как алтарь улучшать?
What a strange feeling. It looks like there are spots to place other items as well. If we find anything that seems like it might fit, let's bring it back here. What? You think that sounds like a pain in the neck? Come on now, Zach. Surely you know that all rituals work this way. Blessings from beyond will only come to those who exhibit the finest level of courtesy and reverence. In short, they're reflections of the self. Only with a mind deep in the dirt will you know true tranquility. Then your body will turn to dust and dance with the wind.
4 куклы и 12 амулей. Вот и понятно, что делать пункт усилить.
Who came up with that quote? That one was all me, Zach.
Понятно вам, да? А мне вот непонятно. Лучшие характеристики. Ну и... Блин, непонятно. А как? У торгаша, да?
Thou.
Амулет, поговорить. Создать, увеличить, усилить. Позволить надеть 2 ожерелья. Ага, слот настройки. Ну, кстати, не так дорого стоит. У меня пока кукол нету, но потом можно взять будет.
Thou art be at ease.
Девчонка там в кактусах что-то водится. О. Просто непонятно, стало ли прям точнее, это не ясно. Так, куда меня посылают? Давайте глянем, куда поближе. Чак, человек, который первым обнаружил тело Лис, направляйтесь в церковь. Ну, в церковь поедем тогда. Шишек капитанов насобирать, забарыжить на миллион. Ну да, так-то можно. Блин, когда дадут доступ к новым костюмам? Выносливость, похоже, плюс восстанавливается быстрее, да? Ну, чуть же надо подфармить, правильно? Всякого брахла. Концентрация, а не выносливость. Блин, ну ладно. Вот мы и до места почти дошли. Чё, этих НЛО нету, не летает? Из 4 был сектор, да хватит, да? За поездку в 20 миль. Ну, Поповскую церковь точилу пострелял. Ох, пацаны, уже спать надо идти, что-то.
Hey, Agent York. Just so you know, dealing with Pastor Sanders is gonna be a big pain in the butt.
A big pain in the butt?
That's what I said. But I guess you have no choice but to obey your oracle, huh?
Ха.
I don't like hospitals.
Why not?
They soup folks up with medicine, cut 'em up, and then they try and act like they're your friends. Something ain't right about that, you know. It goes against the laws of nature. Plus, this is a church. So you got a pastor, a servant of God, actually playing God with his patients.
I think you have a point there, Patty. These days, we can neither determine death nor reproduce without the help of modern medicine. Yeah, our world's become quite an unnatural one. Oh, excuse me.
О, это та самая стильная...
This is Lucare.
Да.
You need to watch where you're going, or someone might end up tripping you.
Это та самая женщина. На прошлом стриме тоже 6 секторов было, вот.
The stylish woman who watched Lise die.
I've been waiting for you, lost lamb.
Lost lamb.
Hi there, Pastor. Would you mind letting go of me? I'm in a bit of a hurry right now.
So pitiful. The Lord hungers.
Here we go again.
What?
Pitiful. Truly pitiful, my little lamb.
No, neither Zach nor I...
Oh, so pitiful. So pitiful, just pitiful.
Да просто пошли, блин, чё, слушать стоять.
The Lord hungers.
Что у нее с голосом? Ну, у нее просто есть секретик.
One can of red beans and one can of spinach. You are to offer up the taboo trinity.
Taboo? Don't you mean the holy...
Oh, how I pity you. Unlike us humans, the Lord never errs. Now, my pitiful agent, bring forth the taboo trinity.
Блин, жратву просит себе.
For it is the will of the Lord our God.
See? I told you this was gonna be a pain in the butt.
But Zach and I need to go after that stylish woman.
Too late now. We need to obey God's will.
The Lord hungers.
Come on, hurry it up. We need to go.
Well, Zach, I don't know what to say. First an oracle, and now an order from God? Maybe this is the trial that will yield the ticket to the goddess. Either way, it looks like we have no choice but to gather the taboo trinity. I guess it just goes to show that small towns are always filled with the bizarre and unpredictable.
Шпинат, фасоль и что-то еще, да? Ветчины, фасоль. Блин, и по всем ездить надо. Мелвин Лерак. Стейк и страйк, и шпинат у этого... О, господи. Доставки нету. Не, можно, конечно, такси воспользоваться, но... Нет. Еще деньги на шпинат тратить, на ветчину. Так, нам надо 28, 29, 30. Кто из них ближе? Блин, ну эти в одной стороне, а вот этот... Чуть не пойму, 28, 29... А 28 что-то не отмечен. В магазине Мелвин Лерак какой-то. Что за магазин Лерак? Непонятно, ладно. Они вон вместе там находятся, 28-29. Все понятно.
If this town has a symbol, it's got to be that bridge hanging over the bayou. Lift bridges are truly a rarity. Reminds me of Duluth, Minnesota. Remember what happened there? That man went to such great lengths to collect his victims' tongues. You know, the one who would French kiss them every day as they slowly decompose. As I drove him to the station after his arrest, he started lecturing me on the proper way to give someone a kiss. Anyway, back to Duluth. They have a famous lift bridge there called the Aerial Lift Bridge. The lift bridge here is the first one we've seen since then, but this one looks a lot smaller than the Aerial Lift Bridge. Its smaller size was most likely chosen due to the width of the river and the sea level of this area. The height and structure...
Немного не туда приехали, ну ладно. Шпинат возьмем.
Do you carry any canned goods here?
Canned goods? The vermin of the grocery store? Nay, I think not.
Understood, Mirror. Well then, if you'll excuse me.
Wait. I can see it. I can see the canned good thou seeketh.
How intriguing. Well then, where is the canned good I seek?
In a place where no man could ever peddle it.
I see. In a place where it can't be bought from a person. Got it, Mirror.
'Twas but a trifle, for the Lord hungers, doth he not?
Zach,
Ну да.
it's in a vending machine. It appears that God wants us to go on a wild goose chase all around.
Из уличных торговых автоматов. Да. Ну, с уличными торговыми автоматами проблема, я не знаю, где они. В гостинице, наверное, есть, да? Или, подождите, сюда можно зайти? Понятно. Да у нас просто шпинат не популярен от слова никак, поэтому ты его не встречал. Да, наверное, как сопли. Если его законсервировать. Так, а маркет работает? Да ну ядрить. Ну, в полицейском участке вроде автоматы были. Были ли, правда, это шпинатные автоматы? Так, тут только сраный сок есть. Кофе, блин. Ну да, я тоже думаю, что другой нужен автомат. У холодильников, да и в гостинице есть, вроде бы. С едой там совсем это. Ну ладно. Так, подождите, ну где-то же были вот здесь, по-моему. Нет? Вон они.
This vending
Блин.
machine does not carry what God sees. Let's move on.
Так. Птицкая сила.
This vending machine. Let's move on.
Ну, а тут, по-моему, не было, да, на втором этаже никаких. Ну, опять напитки.
This vending machine does not. Let's move on.
С какой-то едой еще, значит, должны быть, да? Ну, с консервами, блин. Консервы в торговом автомате. Да. Идешь такой, идешь по улице, думаю, дай тушника куплю. И хомячишь. Эти в булочных надо, на улице найти автоматы. Блин, неужели, правда, в морозильные эти придется ехать? Склады. А, перед ними, да, прям на входе. Два автомата. Горошком, огурчиком и сардинками. Ну да. Блин, чуть не... Ты, сука... Да уйди! Блин, $12 собрал, а? Ублюдок, специально под колеса прыгает. Надо же. Страховой мошенник, да вот. А, подождите. Где-то здесь. Машина шерифа.
So,
Блин.
Mr. York, what do you think of my castle? Pretty cool.
I've been curious about it since the first time I saw it. You've got excellent taste, Melvin.
I dub it Lou Crawfish.
Лирак.
I'll have you know, crawfish is pretty much its own food group in this town. Since this store carries all the bare necessities you'll need for daily life, I reckon it was an apt name. If it's sundries you're looking for, there ain't much you won't find here.
Консервированная ветчина. Угу, у него аптеки есть. Кофе, сигарета. Тем для загара. Обязательно к покупке всем, кто мечтает о красивом загаре. Пока он действует, загореть становится проще. Можно сгореть бы, пацаны. Духи. Спальный мешок. Антиалка. Нету больше ничего.
Mr. York, spam, huh? You a pot of meat kind of guy?
No, Melvin. I've simply gotten myself tangled up in a little mess.
Oh, I get it, Mr. York. The Lord hungers, right?
Yes, apparently the Lord is starving, and I'm a lamb with no sense of direction.
Короче, все кек этого пастора знают. Когда хочет жрать, он ищет таких васинов, как Йорк. Блин, ну где автоматы? Блин, сейчас главное в кегли не пойти играть. Ну, бабка как всегда катает. А где фасоль тут купить? Ядрить где?
The air out there don't feel right today. You feel it too, honey?
Is this place a bowling alley or a restaurant?
Oh my lord, what's wrong, honey? Can't tell the difference? It says restaurant, right?
How do you explain that then?
That's so the customers can bowl while they eat. Convenient, ain't it? If you want to bowl, honey, you'll have to ask Mrs. Carpenter to open up the lane for you. But if you just want to eat, then all you need to do is call my name. Got it? Oh.
Утка с овощами, мороженое. Так, подожди.
Alexis, could I have some red beans and rice?
Да в смысле не...
Oh my lord. Sorry, honey, but no can do. We only serve red beans and rice on Mondays. That's a meal you eat when you're busy, like folks usually are on Monday. It's been a tradition here in Louisiana for as long as...
понедельникам только.
Honey, don't tell me. You're the type who does your laundry every day? Oh.
Да усрись весело.
Tradition, Zach. This is it. The deep south. Louisiana. We need to obey tradition here and come back on Monday.
Блин, сегодня среда только. Ядрить, да вы чё? Ну, видимо, предполагалось, я больше дней пропущу, чем... Вот и дни придется наматывать. Ну ладно. Присутствие Клодес. Пастор Петит несколько дней голодает, да, сидит. Блин. Уличные автоматы, а. Может, какой-то консервный завод есть, слушайте. Типа вот это какая-нибудь фабрика. Совиное гнездо.
Hey, want to talk about bridges? Why? I've become obsessed with bridges, Zach. And there's no turning back now. Remember what we saw on our way here? Back when we were driving that hybrid car before we switched over to the skateboard. We passed over the Lake Pontchartrain Causeway, the longest bridge over water in the entire world. Remember the sudden downpour that made it impossible for us to see the road? The rain was so torrential that we couldn't see more than a few miles ahead of us. I'm sure local drivers are used to that sort of thing. They were all going normal speeds.
Блин, можно, кстати, к хладокомбинату заехать и там посмотреть, все равно проезжаем. Блин, если бы я еще помнил, из какого мы выходили. Вот из того, что ли? Внутрь-то мы не попадем однозначно.
Not a single can of spinach in sight, Zach. Let's try somewhere else.
Не круто. Что, у меня 30 из 30? Я не могу больше предметов собрать. У меня максимум, да? Лол. Надо, значит, где-то выложить. Что за разборки? Ага.
You again?
Какие грубые, а? И твоя бывшая жена тоже интересна. Грёбаный чужак. Обидненько. Не только свою руку, возможно, и писюн отгрызли. Это сайд-квест «Потерянное сокровище Дэнни». Это надо в поместье их ехать, да? Ладно. Так, когда эта шляпа открывается? А, ну, наверное, вот уже открыто, да? Сейчас, наверное, дадут возможность перепрыгнуть.
Okay, Zach. It's time to put our skills to the test.
Поэтому раньше нельзя, да, было перескочить. А, он сам? Ля!
Well, Zach, it seems as if we've reached an impasse.
Теперь пехарем идти.
I'm afraid we won't be able to proceed any further like this.
Lucari Tiger to DC Eagle? Is everything alright?
Hello, Melvin. Sadly, my darling just gave out on me.
Your darling? You mean...
Yes, that's right. My beloved skateboard. I know the chances are slim, but do you happen to know of any establishments in town that can repair skateboards? Please, I hope this doesn't offend you. Neither Zach nor I would ever dare to assume that a remote country town like this would have a skateboard shop in it. But perhaps you have at least one eccentric who likes to tinker with them in their spare time.
I know just the person. Double bass player by night, trick master by day. God blessed her with 2 talents. And her name is Emma Sanders.
Emma?
That's right. She's Pastor Sanders' adopted daughter, and was also Lise Clarkson's best friend. Emma really knows her stuff. She's got tools and a mountain of parts, so I'm sure she'll be able to help.
I owe you one, Melvin. Zach, I never thought we'd find our very own skateboard mentor out here in the sticks. Let's head straight to Emma. What is it, Zach? Why didn't I just ask the sheriff to tow away the old cars? But isn't it obvious? I want to overcome this obstacle using my own strength. In fact, I want to soar over it.
Да, квесты не так просты. В какую? 24. Воскрешение любимой. Так, нам нужно, значит... Бежали. Конечно, не ближний свет бежать, ну что делать? Скейта нет. О! Так, а куда доехать-то надо будет в результате? Вот она, да, Эмма. Блин, ну до стейка этого доехать. Пауса. Игра не щадит. Такой fast travel не fast просто. Ой. Ну, подъехали хотя бы сколько-то. И она, наверное, денег, да, захочет. За ремонт. Не будет же она так правильно чинить. Дайте-ка посмотрю. Покладоищу немного. Деньги жалко, деньги не зарабатываются. Ну что за говно? Где моя машина? А теперь думает, верните мне мою прелесть. Да-да-да. О, помоечка, как хорошо. Да, качественная ткань. О, там белки. Или собаки. Белки. Блин, а чё мне белки? У меня же инвентарь перегружен весь. Хотя не знаю, ингредиенты, может, влазят в инвентарь. Ну-ка. Да, у меня пульно выпадал просто безумное количество. Значит, ингредиенты можно брать. Ну, давайте. Раз зашли на территорию белочек, надо их товарить. Тут и люди будут видеть это, да? Ну, ничего страшного.
It really...
Ха-ха-ха.
You didn't even twit. What?
Что, думал, я шутки с тобой шутить буду? Да, конечно, стрельба с геймпада — это боль в жопе. Был бы кек, если бы стрела обратно не влезла, это да. О, а вон инопланетяне как раз есть. А, ну а я их тут в этом районе видел, да, у бабки. Ой, девочка, я случайно тебе под юбку заглянул. Но у тебя там ничего не оказалось. А это по ссылке, наверное, когда модификация на дальность появится. Это все вышло. Я даже не достреливаю. Да. Я вот здесь шарик-то не открыл, нифига, да? Получается так. Как его открыть? Хотя я вроде юзал. Блин, или тогда нельзя было юзать. Вот оно что. Надо их теребить. Ну да, тогда я еще такси не открыл.
Hey, Agent York. I feel like someone's in there. Let's go and see.
Huh? What do y'all want? I'm kind of busy here.
Эмма Сандерс.
Hi there. Are you Emma?
Yeah, who are you?
Francis York Morgan. I'm an FBI special agent. Please call me York. That's what everyone calls me.
Agent York? So, what does the FBI want with little old me? I already told the police everything I know about Lise.
Emma, I haven't come here to talk to you about Lise. Although I suppose it's sort of connected in a way. My darling is broken, and I need you to fix her.
You call your board your darling? I never heard that one before. All right,
Что,
let me
девчонка,
see.
обидно стало, что они тебя
I'll try
дорогой
and assess
называют?
the
То-то же.
damage.
Даже доска лучше тебя. По звуку она там гвоздями приколачивает.
I replaced all your trucks, wheels, and gave you some brand new deck tape. Also, you were missing a tail guard, so I put one on for you. That way you should be able to do a few tricks here and there without any risk of damage.
Угу.
Well, what do you think?
It's beautiful, Emma.
The wheels were scraped down and the base plate screws were all about to fall out. Oh, and the axles were also warped. It was pretty much in
Хрен
critical
там нельзя
condition.
трюки делать. Шляпа.
Now, what I want to know is, how did it get that way?
Well, my car was stolen on my way here from Houston. So, I switched over to my darling and rode her here instead.
You know, you're crazier than you look.
Emma, would you mind answering another crazy question for me? I want to use this board to soar, literally. Would you mind teaching me a trick that would allow me to do so?
You mean you want to do a
Да,
wally?
теперь доска будет ломаться, ну.
Well, I'd be happy to teach you how,
Ну, от
but
трюков,
it's
наверное, она
too
будет
cramped
ломаться.
in here.
Здесь слишком тесно, я бы вас
I know where
научил.
we
Пойдем
should
ко
go.
мне в спальню.
You want to learn too? You sure? Seems like you're interested. Whatever. I know you're just gonna come along anyway. So you should at least learn the basics.
А, это тупо я качусь на скейте, она пешком за мной идет. Чё, девка за это? Волли успешно прогоняя... Так, подождите, а вот мы сейчас и будем трюки делать. Хо-хо-хо. Блин, чё меня в пердят самые загнали? Ядрить.
Okay, Agent York. Now we should have enough room to practice. I'll show you how it's done first, then you just practice till you learn how to do it, okay?
Блин, а не жарко в шапке? А, только с таких трамплинов. Да, это не баг был, я случайно Волли сделал, получается. Крайне важный трюк, который позволяет использовать рампу, чтобы прыгать через высокие препятствия. Нажимайте LB в нужное время для прыжка. Граффити обозначают место скейт-трасс. Соберите все флаги до того, как кончится время, чтобы победить. Быстрый сбор флагов улучшит ваш счет, как и выполнение трюков. Постарайтесь выполнить их в нужное время. Пройдите трейс обозначенные граффити, покажите местным, что значит скейтбординг. Ага. Трасса для скейтборда. Давайте вначале вот это активируем. Я не забыл. Потому что это самая верх левая карта. Так ведь? Ну да. Да ядрить. Ладно. Ну, готово. Я такой, что там по управлению-то? Ни хрена не понял, когда что надо. Флажок чё не собрал, сучий сын? Пока на рампе прыгаешь. Ну там РБ что-то нажать надо, или я не то жму? А, ЛБ. Нет. Или не то нажал. О чем дают? По доллару, нормально. Блин, то есть я ни одного трюка не сделал, получается. Во! Ядрить! Хорош, это можно на вот этот баг попробовать залететь. Ага, я уже отсюда не выберусь, ладно. Вообще не выберусь. Да ну... Мне просто на ходу нельзя. Тут видите, как придется въезжать. Не, ну время еще как бы много, поэтому... Такая шляпа неуправляемая. Еще он поворачивается. Топ, стою. Финиш же. Так я флаги-то должен собрать? Или вы считаете, что нет? А я считаю, что должен. Блин, это монетка! О, а я еду. Ну ладно. За поездку 250. Понаездили с вами. Ядрить! Согласен, на таком перелетишь нормально. Ну да, разгона не хватило. Да почему ты не прыгаешь? Понятно. Да проход есть, пофиг. Я же хотел трюком залететь. Типа трюк там, все дела. Нормально. Первого раби опять 900. Ладно. Волли.
That was perfect!
Да, идеально.
Yeah. Thank you, Emma. I only learned that new trick thanks to your guidance. Now I'm sure that Zach and I will be able to reach our destination without any trouble at all. Thank you for assisting in...
Glad to be of service.
Ну-ка,
If
еще
your
раз
board
можно?
breaks again, or you feel like customizing it a bit more, just stop on by my workshop. I'm pretty much always... I'm also taking some time off school because of what happened with Lise. Skating and playing music are the only things that help me escape the pain of losing her.
Для активных движки вот интересно, да. Ускорить как-то надо,
Zach, did
кастомизировать.
you see the expression on her face just now? She works hard to act cheerful, but she's yet another person who was hurt by the tragedy. Lisa's death is like wildfire, spreading embers of sadness throughout the entire town.
Блин, да Лис наркоша же вообще была. Чё там? Шляпа какая-то. Благовоние разблокировано. Что? Погнали, да, готов. Тут, возможно, надо через вон те всякие загадочные места прыгать, чтобы... Главное, быстрее проехать. Ясно, понятно. Етицкая сила. Костюм через бор печатей. А где печати собирать? Я пока ни одну не находил. Дадут бумажку. А, то есть это по сюжету дальше будет. Как они прям постепенно вводят какие-то геймплейные плюхи. Интересно. Блядь, деньги собрал, а это нет. Да етицкая сила. Печать всякие ачивки. О! Да, супер быстро не получилось. Да! Собака, а? Сутулая. Ну, я не знаю, проедет он тут, не проедет. Нихера, да. Привыкнуть разворачиваться об стену. Ну да, в этом что-то есть. Ну, получили солнцезащитный крем, нормально. Так, ну что, попробуем закастомить. Вот вдруг, правда, скорость там или смазанные колеса, там что-то такое будет. Визуал, скорее всего. Ну, а чего? Так, или что, она не добралась, что ли, сюда? Время 12. С 8, да. 19. Хватай скейты и беги, да вот. Или она типа пихарем возвращается оттуда. А ну, алло.
Hi, Agent York.
Здорово. Ты мне не душу изливай, скейт давай, как делай. Блин, что за обман?
Hi, Agent.
Привет.
See you later. Oh, if you ever got any skateboard questions, I'll be...
Ну так у меня вопросы по скейту. Или надо уже перелететь, а потом вот это все появится, да? Ну, скорее всего, так. На монетках больше поднял, да это понятно. Ливень пошел. До тех уже не дострелил, да? Блин, жалко, здесь нельзя нигде эти флипы делать, еще что-нибудь. Где поезд? Поезд не отрисовался, понятно. Так, что, девчонка моя не научилась кататься? Катались бы на пару под ручку там. 17% всрал? В смысле всрал? Кого? А, скейта? Какой? 19. Еще 2 за столкновение. То есть он теперь просто, да, ломаться начинает. Оу, это неприятно. Собаченьки. Да, летить какая-то черно-опасная, да? Да, гляньте, ничего себе. Вот это она терпит. Как мега-псина, да? Собачий мех дала только. Бомжиха. А отмена можешь не привыкать разворачиваться об стену. Да, хорошая механика была. Нет, не очень хорошая. Бесячая. А теперь она будет еще и больше бесить. Вот череп собачий дорого стоит. Да? Куда он стреляет? Вот это какая-то небольшая автоподводка, непонятно. Шли к деду, всех собак убили. Бывает.
Hey, Agent York, are you sure you really want to talk to this guy? He kind of scares me.
Hattie, there's no need to worry. Just hide behind me and you'll be fine. Chuck Thompson, you were the first
Ядрить сюда
person to
машину
find
можно
Lisa's
вызвать.
body, correct? I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please, call me York. That's what everyone calls me.
Что он делает?
Agent York. Seems like he ain't in the mood for talking.
Протирает.
Chuck Thompson, may I have a word with you? I'm looking for the one who fired the pistol at Heaven.
Ядрить.
You trying to say I gotta aim up to shoot because of my height?
Больную тему потревожили его, да?
I was merely quoting the skeletal gentleman's oracle.
Skeletal gentleman? You ain't making a lick of sense. What do you all want anyway? What do y'all come here to waste my precious time for?
I'm currently running a race around town thanks to you, who fired the starting shot. The murderer and I are competing to see who can cross the finish line first. Unfortunately, the murderer got a generous head start on me. If he gets away from me, I'll lose. But if I can catch up to him, then I'm sure I'll win.
Шутить о росте низко? Ну не расстраивайся, Рашек.
So please, Chuck, tell me, how did you find Lisa's body? Her body was hidden under a bridge on the bayou, very close to the Mississippi River. It's got to be at least a few miles away from your farm in this swamp, right?
Oh, the Clarksons are the folks who gave me the damn permission to farm crawdaddies here in the first place. Now, why the hell would I ever want to kill that little girl?
Then what were you doing out there?
You know, lately I've been seeing a queer boat around these parts. Ain't too big. Probably only holds 5 or 6, and it's got a deep draft. Assholes think they can just drive right through my turf, right through my dang crawdad farm.
So you gave chase, which led you to Lisa's body.
Yeah, that's right. Fucking poachers.
Where did the poachers go?
Oh, hell if I know. Fog was thick that day, thicker than usual. So I lose sight of them. The next thing I know, I'm under that goddamn bridge. Then I felt a chill run up my spine. And I knew. So I drove up to the bank and got out. And there she was, strung up on that there altar.
Did you know Lise personally?
Yeah, I knew her.
Блин, а у меня ж квест пропал эти жемчужины найти редкие.
Unlike the rest of those damn Clarksons. They so rotten I can smell it from here. Same as the shit at the bottom of this here swamp.
Или нет?
Heavy, heavy. Yeah. There was a little better when their boy Lenny was still around.
Lenny?
Yeah. Leonard. PJ's son. He never
Остался,
showed me
да?
no disrespect neither. And he's the one who gave me permission to farm here. But, well, ever since he left home, his whole family's gone straight down the shitter. Lisa was the only decent one left. She was wise, just like Lenny. Ain't right, I tell you. Heavy, heavy, heavy. Now I'm done talking, goddammit. Now go on, get the hell out of here.
Philip mentioned something about his son leaving home. That must be Lenny. Did you know about that, Patty?
Everyone in town knows about it.
Хорошая помощница,
By
ничего
the
не
way,
рассказала.
Zach, do you remember what we saw when we were skipping stones? That boat with the dragonfly crest. Zach, no matter where we go in this town, we're constantly assaulted by information related to the Clarkson family. Just where is that skeletal gentleman trying to lead us?
Талисман разблокируем. Что? Поездка на
We
аэролодке.
successfully found the one who fired the pistol at Heaven.
Девчонка исчезла просто.
Now we need to visit the White Hall of Beds. You know, Zach, it almost feels like we're orienteering here. Doesn't it remind you of our training in Quantico?
Блин, реально можно на лодке поплавать. Камушки! Хорош. Так, теперь вспомнить, что надо жать. Да в смысле плохо? Алло. А, я уже золото получил, типа, все. Я думал, на каждом... Медаль у меня золотая есть, теперь надо вон там всякие. Аптечка, большая аптечка, так, ожерелье, быстрой стрельбы. Ну все, один плохо получаешь, что больше не получается. Фармила, ладно, именно так. Да тут такие награды, что можно не фармить. Так-то. То есть тут ничего такого не обязывает, какие-то важные. Хорош. Потом еще где-нибудь найдем. Так, друзья мои, ну давайте спать пойдем. Завтра, блин, вставать, работать с утра. Всем спасибо за просмотр, за поддержку. До новых встреч. Ну-ка, сейчас попробую выйти как человек белый. И вышел. Добрых снов. Блин, сегодня что-то сил совсем нет.